Hello, everybody. Welcome out to another episode of Cult Classics vs. Comedians, Season 2, Episode 2. Possibly, unless we change it in the edit. But I think it's going to be Episode 2. This is going to be a fun one. We're recording here at Night Flight Comics, and I've got this great crew with me. Melissa, this is your film.
This is my film.
Let's talk about your film.
All right. This is Party Monster from 2003. It's directed by Fenton Bailey and Randy Barbato, and it's fabulous.
Yes.
It is one of my favorite movies. It's about the 90s club scene, so it has amazing costumes, and it's also about the real-life murder of Angel Melendez.
That's like my favorite intro ever, Melissa.
Yeah.
This is fabulous, and it's also about the murder of Angel Melendez.
Yeah. It's based on the book Disco Bloodbath that was written by James St. James, who is played by Seth Green in the movie, and he does a bang-up job of it. And it stars Macaulay Culkin in his first, grown-up film.
Very grown up.
Very
but he
grown
still
up.
has like a 12-year-old look
He still
to
looks
himself.
12.
Yeah.
He still
Looks
looks
the
12. Some of the
same.
scenes are hard because he looks so innocent, but it's really fun to watch just for the costumes. And a lot of the people that star in the movie are actual club kids. So it deals with a really horrible subject because it's based on a murder, but it's fun to follow the club kids around.
And murder.
The characters
It's fun
are
to
great.
follow
It's
murder.
fun murder.
It's a fun murder
It's not
film.
fun murder. I actually love the way they tell the story of the murder at the end of the movie.
That's
it's
honestly the
amazing
best
the way they
part.
do it.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's a fun, crazy film and all the characters are so vibrant. At the end, they have a character that plays the rat that lives in the
Yeah.
apartment and he's the witness to the murder, and they just go crazy. They have a guy in a rat costume and he just tells how brutal the murder actually was.
It's the most memorable part of the movie because it's the most
in your face.
Whoa.
It's like, by the way, someone died. Like,
Yeah.
they really
Well, 'cause
hammer
it-
it home.
Well, my understanding, though, is there's more that happened. I mean, there was some cannibalism that's not gone into in the movie and stuff like that.
Like
Is that
after the
true?
murder.
Yeah.
I don't know about cannibalism, but the way they killed the guy was pretty horrific.
The way I like to think about it, Ben, is yes, there was cannibalism.
Jason has added
Yes,
that
there-
element.
There was.
But they started off by killing a turtle first, and then they...
Yeah, they killed a turtle,
Oh, wait.
ripped
Oh,
its
can we
shell
not-
open.
Hold
Can we
on.
not
The monkey,
flashback to
and
that
then there was a
movie?
monkey that's head got chopped
Yeah.
off, and it got Gogurt.
The
in it.
Gogurt, right
The
into-
Gogurt monkey.
You know what you were talking about that scene too? Like, it was almost like Seth's character when he was having that dream of the rat. Not only does he realize that it's the truth, but it goes into it's worse than you think.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he killed him with self-defense.
No.
It was a murder / cutting up a body,
Yeah.
sticking
Injections
into
with Drano.
yeah, to make sure he's dead. They were like, yeah, and we stuck him with Drano just to be on the safe
Just to be
side.
They
safe.
went out and bought a TV just to get the box.
Dumped him in the Hudson River.
They couldn't do that nowadays because it would just be a flat screen box, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "We gotta cut this guy.
We
We
gotta
gotta,
cut
we gotta
We're gonna
blender
need
this
to
guy
buy,
up."
like,
Yeah.
Those Angel blend.
Does he blend? He blends nice to a nice angel shake.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Angel. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
we're talking about you like this.
Oh, that's true. This is a real story. Now I feel awful. Oh,
But I mean, that's the film. It comes across.
Can I be a
as
Republican for a
being
second?
that-
Please
Go ahead.
He was a damn drug dealer,
That's true.
Jamie.
Oh, that's
He
true.
knew that was a risk.
That's the risk that you always take.
Don't be a
as dealer.
drug dealer.
Yes. So Ben,
Meanwhile,
try to transition to Ben here.
I actually liked it. My notes say that it's unwatchable. But I wrote that afterwards, after not being able to turn it off. I mean, I watched though. It's very, very watchable.
extremely watchable.
It's
Fantastic movie.
It's terrible, but it's great at the same time. And I guess that's the definition of fabulous.
That's-
Seth Green is always Seth Green. There's not a second in that show that I didn't think, hey, that's
Another person.
yeah.
That's
He's perfect for the character, though. He
Yeah.
really is. He does such a good job.
I guess I'm saying I liked it, but I like terrible things. So
I liked this movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Yeah, honestly, just to get to the rat scene.
Yes.
It's worth it. That whole
The rat scene's done so
rat
well.
scene is just like, oh, that's awesome. Like
Yeah.
that's so good.
For me, this was like, I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time. Both, I like, the dialogue and the acting was great. I loved just watching all that. It felt like a combination of The Forbidden Zone meets an after-school special. Like, it had this whole, and it's very depressing. Like, there's all this crazy stuff going on. You're just like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm not on acid right now, because this would be a terrible place. And then there's like this sad, depressing, because you see him go, you know, at first he's like, no, I'm not going to do drugs. And this is really about his addiction to drugs and how it just took him down.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets into this whole drug culture, and it just goes worse and worse. And Macaulay Culkin's
So
smile
good.
helped you take you through it.
It really does.
He is this.
When he
I don't
puts
know. This is gonna
the
sound weird, but
aftershave
he's
on
got a
and
weird.
screams in
Yes.
Party Monster.
Oh,
You know,
so
there's
good.
an argument.
Won my heart.
There's an argument to be made that this is a direct sequel to Home Alone 2.
This is what happens when your parents don't show up.
When they
They
don't
never
show
came
up,
back.
yeah,
Never
this is the
show up.
alt universe.
They
She
never
finally shows
came
up in
back.
this movie, and she won't go back to the airport without a letter.
Yeah. Instead of, you know, when they're going back to the moments when he was a kid and he's getting bullied, they should have just made cuts to Home Alone in it.
That would have been great.
Tim Curry just being mad in a hotel.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's how it all starts.
How about the supporting cast? It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
amazing.
It's got a great cast.
I don't know how you
Dylan
pronounce his name.
McDermott.
Valderrama.
Yeah.
Will
Valderrama
Valderrama.
is really good.
Uh-huh.
Dermot Mulroney's in it, and Marilyn Manson.
As Christina.
Yes.
Marilyn Manson does a fantastic job.
John
Who can't
Stamos.
back up a
John
diesel.
Stamos. Yeah, we were talking about
Can't
that
drive
earlier.
it.
John
Yeah.
Stamos is the
In
most
this.
random.
that's
TV
role.
talk
It felt
show
like
host.
when I saw him in that, it was the same thing of when I saw Bob Saget in Half Baked. Like,
Yeah.
wait 1 second now.
So, Jason, for you, this is a recommend?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Perfect. How about yourself?
I recommend it with caveats
Yeah.
because it's
Subject.
pretty subject matter is pretty heavy. As Jason said, the end where everything came together on the crime itself is really eye-opening, and you kind of see
Yeah.
how far everybody in this movie has fallen in order for all that to happen.
The
Yeah.
contrast from beginning to end.
Yeah. Yep. And for me, I like the movie as well. This was a great film for all the reasons I mentioned before. Just the acting was great. The whole storyline was great. The way they did that reveal, like you mentioned at the end, the rat was awesome. Like the rat scene is perfect, and just even like the little scenes
And that
of
rat went on
dialogue.
to do a series of PSAs.
Yeah. He had a big career after that. Look him up on Wikipedia. I don't know what's his official name.
There was that
Was it, right?
smoking
Yeah.
commercial, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's rat poison in that.
Yeah. Melissa, this is obviously a recommend for you.
Absolutely, I love
Yay,
this
Melissa.
movie. I think it's so fun, and the way it tackles like a really horrible subject. I think they did it brilliantly. So definitely check it out.
Yes, perfect. How can people follow you, Ben?
Job Faust, JOBFAUST on social media.
Melissa, how about yourself?
Melissa Merlot on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also melissamerlot.com.
And Jason?
Twitter, Jason_Harvey.
And you can follow me at Jamie.Maxfield. Is that right? Maybe. It might be that one,
It
or
might be that. It might be
Jamie Max. It's just something in there. I want to thank everybody for joining us for this episode of Cult Classics versus Comedian. We want to thank Night Flight Comics here
Thanks,
in Salt Lake
Alan.
City.
Thank
you. For letting us record in his beautiful store here. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks a lot.